Is Islam a religion of the past or a guide for contemporary life? In this whirlwind of change, it's easy to wonder, can a religion that emerged 1400 years ago still speak meaningfully to today's challenges? Is Islam still relevant? Or was it meant for a different time, simpler, slower, and long gone? Let's explore that. Islam, at its core, is not a set of outdated rituals or frozen traditions. It's a comprehensive way of life, rooted in timeless principles, yet designed to guide people in every age, including this one. It's important to understand, Islam is not just a religion in the narrow sense. It's a framework that encompasses belief, behavior, ethics, law, economics, social justice, personal development, and the inner life of the soul. It isn't stuck in the past. It speaks directly to the human condition, which, despite technology, hasn't really changed. Whether someone lived in 7th century Arabia or 21st century London, we still ask the same questions. Who am I? What is my purpose? What does it mean to live a good life? How do I find peace in a chaotic world? Islam addresses these questions not only with dogma, but with depth, structure, and spiritual insight. Let's take just a few examples where Islam proves not only relevant, but profoundly ahead of its time. 1. Human dignity and equality. The Quran declares that all humans are created from a single soul. It rejects racism, classism, and tribal arrogance. In a world still struggling with systemic inequality, Islam calls for universal human dignity and accountability based on character, not skin color, wealth, or status. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, and a white person has no superiority over a black person, except by righteousness." That's not just ancient wisdom, it's a message we still need today. 2. Ethical living in a materialistic world. Modern life often encourages materialism, consumerism, and endless comparison. Islam offers a counterbalance: contentment, qana'ah, moderation, and mindful gratitude. It doesn't reject wealth or success, but teaches ethical earning, generosity, and financial justice. The concept of zakat, a form of charity, institutionalizes social care. That's deeply relevant in a world facing rising inequality. 3. Mental and spiritual wellness. With rising anxiety, loneliness, and depression, people are searching for deeper meaning and connection. Islam emphasizes inner peace through spiritual discipline. Daily prayers, mindfulness of God, taqwa, fasting, charity, all serve to nurture the soul and calm the ego. The Quran says, "Truly, in the remembrance of God, do hearts find peace." These aren't abstract ideas. They're practical tools for spiritual and emotional well-being. 4. The role of reason. Many assume religion and reason are at odds, but in Islam, seeking knowledge is an obligation. The very first word revealed in the Quran was read. Throughout Islamic history, scholars led advancements in science, medicine, philosophy, and mathematics because they believed discovering the laws of nature was a form of worship. Islam doesn't call for blind belief. It calls for reflection, inquiry, and understanding. Islam doesn't oppose science. In fact, it provides an ethical compass for how to use it. In the age of genetic engineering, artificial intelligence, and climate crisis, we don't just need innovation. We need values to guide how that innovation serves humanity. Islam offers that moral foundation. 5. Freedom and responsibility. Islam affirms that every person has freedom of conscience. The Quran says, "There is no compulsion in religion." Belief in Islam must be a choice, not a force. And with freedom comes responsibility, to live with integrity, to seek truth, and to treat others with justice. Islam doesn't ask you to run from the modern world. It asks you to engage with it, consciously, ethically, and spiritually. It doesn't pretend that life is simple. It acknowledges complexity and offers clarity in the midst of it. Its teachings are not bound to the 7th century. They are rooted in eternal truths that apply to the human journey wherever and whenever it takes place. So, is Islam suitable for contemporary life? It's not just suitable, it's essential for those who seek meaning beyond noise, values beyond trends, and peace beyond distraction. You don't have to accept every tenet to appreciate its depth, but perhaps in a world that often feels chaotic, this ancient path still holds something surprisingly fresh, something worth exploring. Because maybe, just maybe, truth doesn't age, but is still the truth. Islam is a way of life for all times, a message for every heart. Explore Islam.